Wake up, Lo-Fi Nation. It's another Good News Friday. And welcome everyone to the Lofi Poli Sci podcast. I'm your host, Michael Pickering. That's right. Lo-Fi's and low fidelity, low quality, in your face, messy as can be global news show. Here we're going to talk about that famous question, what's going on in the world today? We'll be covering 5 headlines from across the globe and then choose one to go into a more detailed analysis. For our third story of today, we'll be focusing on the country of New Zealand with that lo-fi style country profile. And yes, it's everyone's favorite day of the week. That's right, it's another Good News Friday. Wherever you are in the world, take a step back for a second and chill for some goodness. The news, fresh off the press. Source, Reuters Technology Section. Facebook to apply state media labels on Russian, Chinese outlets. Whoa, 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 what's this? Facebook stepping up to the plate. Media companies from around the world begin to wind up. The pitch is off, and it's a curveball sinker to the outside, and Facebook's like it's going to bunt, and I don't know sports. You know what I'm saying. The implications. In an attempt to block foreign state-sponsored media from influencing the American public, now all adverts targeted to the U.S. population from foreign state media will be blocked later this summer. All state news agencies will be labeled so people across the globe will know where the news they see comes from. Because people simply can't be bothered to fact-check their own news consumption. Regardless, Facebook, you're not getting a thank you or a good job for bunting when you could have knocked it out the park a long time ago. Wait, does that sports reference make sense? I don't know. Write in. Let me know your thoughts. Next up, source, AP News Technology Section. Study, autonomous vehicles won't make roads completely safe. Well, surprise, surprise. Self-driving cars won't eradicate the world of wrecks? And why, you may ask? Well, the developers say humans will still make errors. The implications. Humans will make errors? Are you science-y peeps implying your autonomous vehicles are perfect, and they aren't going to work properly because of us? What? Would you like to remove the human element completely, and let these autonomous cars drive for us, think for us, eat for us, sleep for us, plug us into the matrix, use us for power cells because we darken the sky to block out solar energy because the autonomous cars took over like Transformers, except you forgot to make Autobots or Optimus Prime to save the day? Oh, sorry about that. The implications. Sciencey peeps, don't be a tool, and don't make us a tool. Our imperfections as people is what makes us humans, unique and beautiful. Today, people, embrace your imperfections and live your beautiful life. And moving forward, because we never move on from anything in the world, it's time for our country profile of the day. And if you're wondering, how can we have a Good News Friday and a country profile of the day? Simple. You choose New Zealand. Remember, from our first top 10 list, New Zealand ranks number 8 happiest place on Earth in the World Happiness Report. Geography lesson, Lo-Fi Nation. New Zealand is an island country in the southeastern Pacific Ocean. To its south, across the water, is our favorite continent of Antarctica. We here at Lofi Poli Sci love us some penguins. To the west, across water, is Australia. To the north, across water, is Vanuatu and Fiji. And to the east is a lot more water. The independence of the country was between 1856 and 1907. We won't go into the why, but just know it's a matter of perspective. The World Bank GDP per capita in 2018 was just over $42,000 a year. Freedom House, covering civil liberties and civil rights around the world, gave New Zealand in 2019 and 2018 a 98 out of 100. Reporters Without Borders, ranking 180 countries and territories across the globe, via Media Freedoms, placed New Zealand at number 7 in 2019, up 1 place from 2018. And Transparency International, with its ranking of 198 countries and territories across the globe via their Corruption Perception Index, in 2019, New Zealand was placed at number 1 for the least corrupt country in the world. Now, what's been happening in New Zealand lately, you may wonder? Well, how about a story from yesterday reported by Radio New Zealand talking about a multi-million-dollar water sport park? Say what? That's right, Sport Water Park will cost somewhere between $54 and $84 million and will include things like surf wave, whitewater rafting, and cable wakeboarding. Let me just say, please, someone in this country spend money like that on something so cool? And jumping back 2 years, in 2018, their prime minister became the first world leader to bring a 3-month-old baby to a United Nations meeting. Go back and look at the pictures. It's simply wonderful. Thank you, New Zealand, for being great on this Good News Friday. And now it's time for our Headline in the Spotlight segment. Source, BBC News, Science and Environment section. Weird weather, can computers solve UK puzzle? And what puzzle are you talking about here? The puzzling weird weather of the UK, that is. You see, somebody saw all that SpaceX money going up in the atmosphere this week, and they thought, hey, spread some of that this way to weather science, and we could do amazing things for weather and climate forecasting. The implications of this story. Well, of course, if you had that SpaceX money, you could do a better job, weather person. But wouldn't that also take away the fun of talking about weather all the time? Debating on if it'll rain or not? You know those conversations everyone loves to have. They go like this. Hey, it's a nice day out there, isn't it? Well, yes it is. Though it may rain later. The implications. Please, somebody give the sciencey weather people some damn SpaceX money, so we don't have to have ridiculous conversations like this ever again. We have about 200 countries in the world to talk about. Ain't nobody got time to talk about the weather. And now, moving on for our last piece of news from the AP Lifestyle section to send you on your way for the day. Buy 2, get 1. Belgium launches Helpy Hour to support bars. This here is an old switcheroo reverse happy hour in order to help Belgium bars. For happy hour, you normally buy 1, get 1 free. Here, you buy 2, and you only get 1. The implications. I'm not sure this would work in the States, but I like where your head is, Belgium. Trying to get those bars back open and running so they can sustain all those tourists' parched thirst and the dead heat of summer, so they don't have to talk about the weather, and they can simply enjoy the life of libation and salvation from the destitute that has been in existence for a minute? No more we say. It's Good News Friday. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Get out there and make the world a better place this weekend, Lo-Fi Nation. And that's a brief snapshot of what's going on in the world today. Always remember that Lofi Poli Sci is more than just me. It's the we that we be. Please write in with your questions, comments, or requests for our news segments or top 10 global lists you want to see at lofipolisci at planetmail.com. That's lofi, L-O-F-I, poly, P-O-L-I, sci, S-C-I, at planetmail.com. Let me say thank you so much for listening. Stay safe, wash those hands, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Lofi Poli Sci podcast. Pickering, signing off.